Well, yes! Welcome back, D&Divas, to another wonderful video. My name is, as always, Brookoblin, and I am your girlfriend's favorite dungeon master. Went to your dungeon, and all your maidens knew me. Today, we're diving into the definitive adventurer's guide to the Omegaverse, a very normal, cool supplement for normal, cool adventurers written by me. This is absolutely not official supplement stuff. Let's get out your caution slick surface signs and get into it. First, let me take a moment to explain what the Omegaverse is for our viewers who maybe didn't have unsupervised access to the internet for their formative years. The Omegaverse is a fantastical social biological system found in many works of speculative fiction and fan fiction, where people are born with unique secondary traits called alpha, beta, or omega. These traits influence their instincts and occasionally their ability to cause drama. It's like D&D classes, just a little bit more biology. Alphas are intense and stubborn, omegas are typically intuitive, resilient, and in tune with their environment, and betas are unbothered, normal middle children having a completely normal time while everyone else is going feral. Now, this system comes with a full booklet that took me an entire week to make in Canva. It is free and it's in the description. I also have the Hot Girl DM's Session 0 checklist on how to run a Hot Girl Session 0. Video on that coming soon. This booklet, and then I'll be uploading some custom character sheets for the girly pops to have some character sheets that aren't dog doo-doo ugly. Within this system, characters may experience temporary heightened states called heats and ruts. These are moments of plot-driven energy spikes that can cause heroic feats, questionable debuffs, or often both at the same time. And before you ask, yes, this is that trope where boys can get pregnant. But enough about that. Why port this to a TTRPG? Simple answer, because it's fun, Jan. It's fun. Why not? Who's to say? This guide is here to give you optional mechanics to represent those Omegaverse tropes in ways that are playable, silly, and as PG-13 or not as you want them to be. Some things we are going to cover in this system are class traits, mechanics for heat and rut cycles, heat and rut tables, gameplay and combat mechanics for bonded pairs, and separate mechanics for bonded pairs that include betas. Let's get into class traits. After building your D&D character as you normally would, you'll select one of the following classes, alpha, beta, or omega, and take on their innate abilities. These inherent traits offer minimal powers, but create maximum roleplay possibilities depending on your class. Alpha and omega traits are linked to their abilities to pulse their pheromones once per short rest to gain certain buffs, where betas rely on the fact that they are, just like in fanfiction, often overlooked and level-headed. If you choose Alpha or Omega as your Omegaverse class, you are then going to be subject to heat and rut mechanics. Basically, at certain times during gameplay, your character will make a d20 roll that decides whether or not your character enters a heat or rut until their next long rest. My free booklet will help outline more clearly when that is, but basically it's at the start of a new day or anytime a pheromone-based pulse ability is used. You'll trigger a heat if you're an Omega or a rut if you're an Alpha. You'll then pick up your trusty d12, like her. We love her. We love the D12. And roll on your respective table to see what buff, debuff, or mix of the two you get until your next long rest. It's very similar to like what wild magic sorcerers have for like a surge table, but worse. Heats and ruts both have tables with abilities that range in severity based on how high or low you roll. You basically have heat sickness if you roll a 1. I'll let you Google that on your own time. But if you roll a 12, congrats. You found your suppressants in time and continue on your adventure as normal. Now let's say you and your gaggle of bad wolf science themed characters enter a heat or rut simultaneously. You then have the option to enter a bonded pair. And this is where things get interesting for combat specifically. Entering a bonded pair that consists of an alpha and an omega, and alpha and an alpha, or an omega and an omega, get 2 combat abilities. The first is Protective Instinct, which is basically a modified version of the Sentinel feat. You can make a reaction melee attack against a creature within 5 feet when it targets your bonded mate with an attack, even if that creature doesn't provoke an opportunity attack from you. The next one is Vengeful Blow, an ability where if you see your bonded mate fall in combat, you can channel your overly dramatic grief into a Hail Mary to either make a powerful attack or get a burst of healing pumped into your bonded mate. Now you might be asking, Brookoblin, what about the beta mechanics? To which I would say, stop yelling at me. This is a YouTube video, I can't hear you. But listen, for the sake of balancing these tropes for a TTRPG game, I gave the betas a set of different mechanics. Sorry, I know, As usual, beta discrimination. But otherwise, why would anyone take the debuffs from the Heat Rut tables if you could get the same cool features in combat without any of the bad stuff? So basically, betas get the use of guidance on their bonded mates, as well as some free uses of the spell Message to maintain the flavor of the level-headed, grounding presence of the Omegaverse's proverbial straight man. Here's a quick note to DMs running the Omegaverse supplemental system, a very normal system for very normal adventurers. This supplement is meant to be fun, campy, and fully customizable. You can use what you want, lose what you don't. As long as everyone is in on the joke and boundaries are well discussed and set, you're playing it correctly, I promise. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'd like to take a moment to thank my good friend Elizabeth. Her @ is ToastGhost on Instagram, and she helped me greatly in building the mechanics and balancing this system. I'd also like to take a moment to thank you. If you're a repeat viewer from my first ever YouTube video, I can't thank you enough for the support that got. It was the one about using cult tactics to improve your D&D group. I'll link it here. And I'm constantly so moved by the heart that the TTRPG community has. So thank you so much for all your support. If you're here and you want to support me in any other ways, I do have a few ways for that. Please, I'm sorry, I know, I'm a shill. I promise I'll make it quick. This is not a sponsorship. I do have an Etsy shop where I sell girly pop D&D merch for the girls. I'm wearing the D&Diva shirt as we speak right now. It says D&Diva across the front. Let me show you what the back says. The back of mine specifically says your girlfriend's favorite dungeon master, but I do have a variant for just normal D&D players. It says D&Diva on the front just like this, and then the back says your girlfriend's favorite D&D player in this beautiful chocolate brown and pink print. It's giving very much Sabrina Carpenter. Well, yes, I'm also an affiliate with Dice Envy, so if you need some cool dice, I do get a small commission if you use the link in my description to buy it. I'll go ahead and show you one of my favorite sets that they have. This set is called 3 Kobolds in a Trench Coat. Hold on, let me do the influencer hand. Hold on. Really cute set of dice. They all have different, like, signias on them, but if you stack the D6s, it makes, in fact, 3 kobolds in a trench coat, which I think is so stinking cute. They also have a goblin variant, which is 3 goblins in a trench coat. Similar vibe. So go get you some cool dice and this cool ass shirt. Maybe you too will be drowning in maidens by my next video. All right, until next time, D&Divas, go out there and get some boys pregnant.